I mean, he's a character, right? And of course, him being basically the last. Cannot wait to see Courage compete. He did have some quotes in that piece that we showed earlier. I believe he said he was going to eliminate Cypher PK,
Nick A30,
Nick A30, and then some of the pros.
Maybe,
So,
maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. And of course, during the duo day, he was the self-proclaimed 2025 FCS Pro-Am champion. So we'll see how that goes today.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of possibility to Takada. I do think that Courage JD may have made a few enemies, though.
Definitely made quite a few enemies. You can even think, I'm going to take you back, okay? 2018, the Fortnite Pro-Am, Courage actually got second place. And, you know, Cypher was talking about it. He competed back in the day. Also, Ali A, who got fifth. And Courage was like, you know what? As long as I place higher than Ali A, I'll be happy with that.
That was a long time ago, Tokata. That was a long time ago. But, you know, look, this duo is perfect for each other, right? Like, obviously, the quiet nature of Cold, who's going to be kind of slipping in and out of builds, eliminating players. Courage being the loud voice to distract people. I mean, you know, why don't we just hear what they have to say?
The best content creator at the Fortnite Pro-Am?
I got my player. I know my player.
Go ahead. Who is it?
Cypher PK.
If that's not an indication, we've been having a lot of fun this weekend. I don't know what is. Very excited to see how these guys compete. You know, obviously, Cold is Cold. So, you know, we kind of have touched a lot on Courage and how much work he's been putting in, but Cold is a very difficult individual to stop once he gets going.
I mean, Major 2 reigning champ. He every time we see these like stats of who has the most damage, it's between him and Peterbon who's fighting for first. Absolutely an incredible fragger. Definitely a threat to the rest of the lobby.
Yeah, an incredible performance in Major 2 from Cold. Best damage ratio over the course of 12 games against other professional players was seriously a feat. Obviously, that's the crazy thing, right? When we think about, you know, how well they play in majors, it's always against other professional players. Throw in content creators in the mix, you're one of the best fraggers in the game, being Cold. Woo, it's going to be scary.
Hey, 3-time FNCS champ. I mean, look, they're joking around, they're having fun, but I think when that first game starts, they're going to be locked in. They're going to be focused, and they're going to do a great job.
I'm curious to see where they're at right now. Frankie is standing by with the duo. Let's get their thoughts on the Pro-Am.
Well, Cold was 14 years old when he won his first FNCS major finals. Courage is 31, and he's hoping he's going to get his first title today. And you brought the bananas. What's this all about?
Yeah, it's important to have fruits, keep your blood sugar high. I'm going to have 2 bananas per game, which will equate to 12 bananas by the end of this. And I think if I get 1 elimination per banana, we'll be in a good spot.
Who are you going to eliminate, though? Who's the easiest?
I mean, how long do we got? Cypher PK, we were fighting earlier, easy eliminations. Peterbot hasn't even warmed up, not worried about him anymore. Typical gamer might almost be 50, so his reaction time isn't cutting it. And I got Cold as a duo, so what am I worried about?
You do have Cold as a duo. The weird thing is, I would have thought it'd be him with the back injury after the test games we played yesterday because he was carrying you quite a lot. Cold, how are you feeling about your partner? He's been grinding more than anyone in this entire building.
He has. I can tell he really wants it, and like he wants to do well in this. So I'm gonna do my best to give him what he wants.
How long have you been able to practice as a duo? Because I mean, you had the Major 2 finals not that long ago.
To practice for this?
Yeah.
Not much practice coming from me, to be honest, but I got courage for that, so.
Well, you did have a little bit of trouble. You're dropping south of Booming Base, and unfortunately for you guys, Malheureusement, the French are going there too. What's the tactic for dealing with them today? Because they gave you a lot of trouble yesterday.
There is going to be no dealing with them. We're just going to let them do their thing. We're going to do our thing, and we'll see how it goes.
Are you going to do what I call the Mongol strat? Are you going to hide in a bush until the danger's gone?
Of course not.
This man doesn't hide in no bush. Courage, do you think that you've put quite a lot of pressure on yourself with this event? Because obviously you've been grinding, but back at the 2018 Celebrity Pro-Am, you did lose to Ninja. He put you in second place. You say you gave it to him, but I'm not so sure.
Look, Ninja needed to complete his story arc at the first Pro-Am. I love my boy Tyler, but he had to get that win. This time, though, I'm coming for first place only. And if we win first place, I told Cold I'm giving him all my prize money. So.
All the prize money, I mean, 50 grand? It's not pocket change to me, but maybe to this mad. But you could buy an awful lot of bananas with that, Cold. Let's head back to the desk.
Well,
I think they broke Zeke.
I'm fine. Everything is fine. Everything is great. Always a big fan of Courage JD, a true OG in the scene, and of course, I love seeing him paired up with Cold. They both seem in very high spirits, which
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. That means at whatever happens, we're going to be hearing Courage JD on that stage.
Oh, 100%. I think that for this duo especially, that they are just here for the vibes. But I think that throughout those vibes, they also just might get a few wins as well.
Yeah, I mean, the approach to this tournament is just completely different. I love how Cold's answer to, oh, you know, how much practice have you guys kind of been putting into the tournament? He's like, oh, well, me? Really not much. But that's what I got Courage for, as if, like, Courage has put in so much practice that it's, like, taking up how much Cold's supposed to practice. Like, Courage has practiced so much for the both of them.
Look, all I know is no other player is going to have more than 12 bananas. Will that actually help Courage? I don't think so, but hey, you know, it's the spirit that counts.
Okay, all right. Now, the spirit of what I would like to see today is someone win their first LAN title. Thomas HD paired up with Somerset, which is kind of a terrifying duo. And guys, I will go ahead and admit something to you now. When Duo Day happened, obviously we were seeing the duos announced come together, and I kept, I was going one by one. I saw Thomas HD and Somerset. And I thought, oh, that's really cool, and I kind of moved on. Then I had to kind of stop myself and take a kind of step back and wait. Oh, hold on, Zeke. Did you read that right? Thomas HD and Somerset?
Yeah, leading up into this event, a lot of people make their prediction list, top 3, top 5, and this duo is in pretty much every single person's top 5 list. And there's obvious reasons why. I mean, Thomas HG is the best player in Fortnite to never win an FNCS title. I don't even know how many second places he's won. And then, of course, we have Somerset, winner of multiple votes, as well as getting 3rd place at the most recent Milk Cup LAN. I mean, they are incredible competitors, and having that competitive mindset is definitely going to set themselves up for success.
Yeah, this duo has put us in a little bit of a gray area, right? We're supposed to have a professional player on one side, content creator on the other side. Obviously, Somerset, great content creator, but she is just so invested in the Fortnite competitive. I think nobody would bat an eye to call her a professional player in all regards. Like, you saw 14,000 hours streamed, all of that being invested into Fortnite competitive in some way, shape, or form. And not to mention, right, Fortnite is an esport that continuously gets harder, right? Throughout your career, it's just harder to kind of come into it. Everybody's getting better. Somerset is also just getting better, right? Earlier this year, making it into FNCS East, which was a feat for her. So she's constantly getting better, paired up with Thomas HD. Scary duo.
They're going to be lethal. I mean, not only making it to Heat's 3rd place in the Milk Cup, Thomas HD, on the other hand, 4 times he's placed 2nd place in FNCS Grand Finals, one of those being the Global Championship. Now, we did talk with Thomas, talked with Somerset. We said, if you win today, do you think it's going to count as your first FNCS win? Now, Thomas said no, but Somerset, on the other hand, had another idea.
Yes, she said yes. And look, we agree. It still has FNCS before the Pro-Am. So if you win, Thomas, it does count. Why don't we go on over to Frankie, who's standing by. Frankie, ask him if it counts.
Hello, I have got a very terrifying duo next to me. They might look sweet and innocent, but these two are going to have an absolute party when we hit Slurp Rush later. Thomas, when you first played Reload and this map, you must have been so excited because all of those weapons, have you got your name practically written on them?
Yeah, I do. Like, I like using the Mammoth pistol, for example, and the sniper. So, yeah, I like the weapons.
It's kind of terrifying watching the two of these guys play. What was your reaction to getting Thomas?
Oh, I was astonished. I was very excited. I mean, he's literally the sniper king in absolutely everything. So to hear that, it was I knew we would definitely be able to get some, eliminations out of the air for sure.
You're known for your disgusting aim with the sniper as well. Tell me, how on earth are you deciding who's doing what in game? Because you've got a very similar, powerful skill set.
I think it's pretty apparent that he's very good with the super long range. I'm kind of here to just support and follow up on whatever he absolutely needs just to get us through to the end game.
Now, you haven't had much of a chance to practice together because you've been separated by the Atlantic Ocean. But from watching you guys perform yesterday in our test games, it feels like there's a very natural chemistry. Is that right? Has it come quite naturally to you two as a duo?
Yeah, I would say it does. I mean, I feel like we bounce off of each other pretty well, aside from me jumping in front of crash pads. But I'm learning as we go.
There have been a few accidents we have seen with the mobility items so far here at the Galen Centre in the past couple of days, so don't worry about that one. You're not alone, Somerset. Thomas, tell me about the off-spawn situation. You are dropping south of Steamy Stacks, but there's a lot of very good duos landing either side of you. So what's the idea here? Are you going to stick around and try and get some elims?
We might be contested, but I'm not sure. I think Seti and Daya was going to land on us, but yeah. we will see. We'll just claim the split we have there, and yeah, we'll just try to make it to end game.
Well, all I know is it's going to be very, very entertaining watching the two of you. Thank you so much for talking to me and good luck. Let's head back to the desk.
Thomas HD said a word there, a phrase, called out a weapon specifically that kind of just got me excited. Mammoth pistol. Mammoth pistol being in reload. You throw one of those in the hands of Thomas HD, he's going to start hitting headshots.
Oh, he's definitely going to start hitting headshots, right? We're talking about the Pro-Am right now. I remember when the Mammoth pistol was in FNCS competitive, right? When we were having one of those majors, then it was like, wait a minute, we're running highlight reels of the game, and they're all of Thomas with a Mammoth pistol. This isn't a Thomas highlight, it's just of the game, and it's just all of Thomas. He is just so good with weapons like that.
Look, they're definitely going to do a great job, but some duos are uncontested and some aren't. One of them that is contesting each other at the northwest side of the map is going to be Clix and Lacey against Veno and Reddish. Now, this is going to be an interesting one, Z.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like on one side, old friends, old duo mates split up and now having to go head to head. On one side, you've got Reddish, who again, kind of teetering on that like gray area of content creator pro. And then you've got Lacey, who is like basically an old time pro, and he still says he is. Does that count? I don't know, but this is an exciting head to head.
I feel like a few people would put asterisks onto that FNCS Pro, Clix being one of them. But yeah, Clix and Veno, like you were saying, old teammates, old roommates. They literally played the last FNCS Global Championships together. Obviously, they did split up this year, Veno going back to Europe, but having them go face to face, I don't know if there's going to be too much fighting, Vivid.
Yeah, I'm happy you kind of hit home on that, right? I think they're both going to be happy with taking the loot that they get from Steamy Sacks. Pretty big POI for the both of those duos. I want to focus in on Clix and Lacey as a duo. Obviously, in Fortnite competitive, you know, it's very, very important to go ahead and farm your mats up. My only question with this duo, though, are they going to be able to take a break from farming those engagements to go ahead and get a couple of materials, right? Are they going to have too much fun with the event, or are they actually going to try to win?
Definitely going to be farming clips. Mats, on the other hand, that's the issue. If we think about how both of these duos play, Clix and Lacey, I was watching some streams. Lacey's like, I'm the IGL. I'm the pro. I'm the Clix like, what do you mean? No, I'm the pro. I'm the IGL. Lacey's like, no. So they're kind of going back and forth, but I do think they will lock in when the time comes. Now, on the other hand, Veno and Reddish, they are locked in. One of the first in the practice room. Veno's going to be IGLing. They definitely have what it takes.
I'm excited to hear from this next interview. Frankie is standing by with both duos. Let's go on over.
Thank you so much. And this is an interesting LAN reunion because the last time these guys were playing in person, it was at the Global Championships in 2024, and you were playing together. You placed 11th, and now you're broken up. Do you prefer it this way, Veno?
I don't miss them. I can't win championships with them.
Okay.
Excuse me, this man bought you a watch.
Already. Bought him a watch, and by the way, he was the reason we didn't win FNCS. I don't know if you've seen when we got 4th place. We were 1st place 9 games in. The last 3 games, he didn't listen to our coach. Did a dead side rotate, wrong rotate, pew pew. We're done. We're literally eliminated.
And so you sent him packing back to the UK.
Yeah, I sent him back to home.
Well, thank you so much. Let's talk about the competition that's going to happen, because Veno, you have a new teammate in Reddish, and she can frag very reliably. We saw you guys performing really well in the practice sessions here yesterday. Reddish, tell me how this teamwork is working.
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a fragger, more of a support player. This guy killed Peterbot in a couple of games yesterday. I think we're ready, and I'm there to support him.
We know that you've also won on LAN. There was a LAN at the end of last year in London that you picked up the W4. So have you taught Veno anything?
If there's ever a zero build tournament, he knows to pick me up. That was a zero build cup, so.
But you've been practicing those builds, I know. And Lacey, have you been practicing those builds? Because I've heard you've jumped back into the game. It's like riding a bike, but is it really?
It is. It's like riding a bike for me. You know, I was born with the talent. It's not really a skill I learned. I was born with it. But I've been VOD reviewing all last night. I was locked in, looking at the VOD, studying film, making sure that we're ready and strategize for today.
And he is a former pro player, Clix, so surely he's going to be leading you in game.
Yeah, I mean, he's, you know, a former pro player. How much earnings do you have?
$5,000.
5,000. I mean, you know, I have almost like what, 700. She has you have 40,000?
I got like 40K.
Also, I want to say, why's your voice so raspy, Lacey?
You said what?
Why's your voice so raspy?
My voice raspy because last night we were VOD reviewing and I was screaming the comms. We were practicing comms last night.
Yep. Shockwave on height, shockwave on height. Yeah. He was doing all that.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you guys about the showdown at Steamy Stacks, but you guys have been talking at each other so long. We're just going to see what happens in the game. Let's head back to the desk.
See, it's weird because they said they were VOD reviewing. Now, Lacey was definitely having a lot of fun. I don't think it was in Fortnite, though. Can confirm. Will that turn out well today? Will it not? I mean, he was looking awake, looking happy. I think they can do it.
You know, listen, when the lights come on, the cameras turn on, this is still Lacey, right? This is still Clix. This is all for show. This is the character they're letting out, but then the time comes, they're going to win it all. That's my prediction. Anyway, let's move on to the next Ospawn situation happening. We're seeing, and I actually want to come back to you for this, Tokata. We have Zemi and Cooper going up against Gone and Flakes. You've been super tapped into the Spanish community, so kind of give us the rundown of what you're seeing.
Yeah, this is interesting because when you think of Cooper and Zemi, you look at a majority of the predictions that have been made for the Pro-Am, and Cooper Zemi, their top three are just set at winning the whole event.
Yeah.
Now, Gone and Flakes, I think, went under the radar a little bit. Flakes actually just qualified to the major finals on Brazil. They are the duo representing Brazil here today, and he's put alongside a pro. I mean, I was talking to Gorilon, who's actually here doing a viewing party in Spanish. Shout out Gorilon, and he was saying this duo is going to play aggressive. Unlike you got Steamy Stacks, kind of an uncontested, both good in their own loot, but there's also been a surprise contestation on this side of the map.
Of contestation going on over there, and I was actually talking to Cooper specifically yesterday. I was like, "Yo, what's up, Cooper? How you doing, man? How you feeling?" He was like, "I'm feeling confident right now," and he wasn't talking about his own play. He was pointing over at them, and he was like, "Dude, this guy, he's better than me in most of the end games that we just played through. All the cups, all the practice we're getting in. Sometimes he's dropping more eliminations than I am." So the confidence kind of going into this competition, very, very high for the duo.
Yeah, and Cooper, you know, going all the way back to the 2023 Global Championships, a lot of people, for whatever reason, discredited that win. A lot of people saying that the 6 games there, you know, that was the easiest win for the FNCS. And then he has come back time and time again, making it to the grand finals, making it to the top 5 to say, it wasn't a fluke, I deserve this win, and he's here to come back once again for another FNCS title.
I love it. I love it. And I love that you pointed out as well, Zemi, because I heard that same thing, right? And when we're talking with Zemi, it's like, you know, what do you think? What would lead to your success? Another person to say, the Mammoth pistol. And at that point, yeah, I kind of heard Cypher PK under, you know, quietly say, yeah, don't let him get that. Don't let him get that. So I'm excited to see, man. I do agree. Could this be the duo that wins it all?
100%. Both of them are incredibly strong competitors. Cooper is incredibly intelligent, but also has great fragging ability as well. So the two of them together, I think, has a lot of potential. They are going to be contested, potentially triple contested by Faxity, but who knows if you can trust what Faxity says where he's going to be landing, Vivid.
Yeah, it'll be crazy to see if they actually do end up fighting us one. But again, you know, Cooper Zemi entering that rare. Both of them kind of pros in their own regards.
Okay, you know what time it is. We've got an interview lined up with both the duos once again.
Yes, I'm so excited to have Cooper and Zemi and Flakes and Gone. We'll come to the Brazilian guys first. Because yesterday I was having a chat with you and you were like, we're pastors, we're brothers. And it feels like this competition might have even brought you closer together.
Yes. I love to play with Gone. And here we have more synergy. And I want to see this again in Brazil, man. In our competition in Brazil.
We are we are friends. Like we talk like a year. We're talking like for a year. We play a lot of tournaments together before the Pro-Am. We play a lot of duo. I don't think I will play trios, but we play duo together, trying to call for Cash Cup duos. And
maybe you can join my trio, man.
We have chemistry.
Bye, Swetan. I will put Gone on my team. Bye, Susu.
Bye, Su. Bye, Jonas.
Well, they have been rivals in the recent major finals because you actually made the major finals. Look, Flakes, you've been telling me that you're more of a support player.
Yes, I qualified to grand finals in Brazil, but I am like a support player, yes. I take heals for my team, mats, like a walking llama, and I help them to perform well.
Well, let's head over to your rivals at Dirty Dots because you guys are going to be having Ospawn battles today. Zemi, you've been grinding the game, it turns out. 260 hours in Chapter 6, more than Flakes. That makes me feel like you're very, very keen to take this home for you.
That's what I'm here for. I mean, as soon as I found out Cooper is my teammate, we started practicing every single day, pretty much. Every single tournament there's been upcoming to this tournament, we've played it. We're very confident, and I couldn't ask for a better teammate. Cooper is incredible at the game, and he's also down to put in the hours and practice, and it's been good so far.
You are playing with the global champion. Cooper, come here. Let me know, what's it been like training with Zemi? How does he compare with the likes of your former teammates?
It's been really good. I think he picks up things really quickly as he competes at a high level with zero builds. So it's been a lot easy to adapt to. And overall, he's been a great teammate, and I'm stoked for today.
Why? this has been a little bit too nice, okay? We need to turn up the heat, and we need to find out who is going to be the dons of the Dirty Docks today. So, Zemi, why are you taking it today?
Listen, we're gonna take it because again, I think we have slightly more practice than you guys. You guys are a great team, but we've had more practice, man. And I think it just comes down to the preparation. Best of luck, though.
So he's had the practice, but you guys, what have you got?
Bro, chemistry. Yes, we play out for a lot of time together.
We have the Desenrolo.
Yes, the Desenrolo from Brazil, the Brazilian Desenrolo. They understand after the tournament.
So it's the kings of Desenrolo versus the guys who put the work in. Who is going to reign supreme at the Dirty Docks? Maybe the devs can give us an idea.
I love that Frankie's like, all right, guys, fighting words. And Zemi's like, yeah, we're going to win. Everything's cool. Everything's nice. Good luck. We're going to win, though. And it's like, Zemi, give me something. Give me more, man. I love Zemi, though. Obviously, we are very excited to see both. And not only just these two duos going ahead, but everyone compete. So let's do something fun. Let's talk about predictions. Who could walk away winning it all? We've put our heads together. We made some predictions, and here is a little look here. Who wants to go ahead and start?
Well, first of all, he says we put our heads together. We didn't. We all kept the secrets from each other because we're very competitive in our own right. And as you can see, Takada and I, we have the same choice, the French gentle mates of Nikop and Podesai. If you guys watch the practice games like we did yesterday, they would be your choice as well.
Look, I don't want to leak anything too early, but when the Pro-Am was announced, I think they went under the radar a little bit. They weren't in those top 5, top 3 predictions, and then we got here. We were seeing how much practice they were putting in, how well both of these players were performing, and everyone's like, wait, hold on a second. What's going on here? This duo is looking insane, and I do think that they have what it takes to come out on top today.
And we joke about Lacey and Stable Ronaldo being these ex-FNCS pros. I mean, Podesai Nikop has been playing since the World Cup. He has been a competitor for a long time. And although he may have not been competing for the last few years, understanding what takes priority in a competitive mindset is so valuable.
Surprises me because earlier on you were like, oh my gosh, it's one. We know who dominates over there in the majors. It's going to be Peterbot paired up with all the antics. You want to know something, Takada? This actually surprises me because earlier on you were like, oh my god. Five FNCSs on his region, and he has only been beaten actually globally one time, and that was by Vico. Constantly Peterbot.
Now hold on. Here's the problem though, Vivid, because Peterbot is Peterbot, but as we saw in the practice